Okay, quick question, and I really need you to think about this. How do we go from this
Meow?
to this? Like seriously, it may be hard to believe this now, but being a Sonic fan back in the 2010s kinda sucked. From bad games to bad representation to bad writing, the reputation of Sonic went from a cool, unique, badass video game series to a dumb franchise for kids that peaked in the 90s. To put it simply, being a Sonic fan kinda sucked. That is until we got to the 2020s where Sonic's redemption arc really began. It started small with that first movie. People overall enjoyed it. It wasn't a masterpiece, but it obviously wasn't trying to be. It's a simple story about an alien creature trying to find his place in the world and find a family. It was wholesome. But that also didn't make up for the decade slop they've been feeding us. Except it just got better from there, because 2 years later we got the second movie and people loved it. Not just because it was another wholesome story, but it also felt like an actual Sonic movie. We see lore from the games be prevalent, other side characters getting their time to shine after years of being sidelined. It's as if Sega is listening to the fans and delivering on what we want to see. And after all that, we finally have what this video is about. Sonic Movie 3. Now you can call me biased, you can call me overdramatic, you could say I'm glazing it, but I really don't give a shit when I say that Sonic 3 was one of the best movies I saw last year. The filmmakers clearly know how to make these movies entertaining, not just to the Sonic fans who have been along for the ride, but to newcomers who became Sonic fans through these movies. You can tell that they cracked the code on why people love these movies. Not because they're setting some big endgame style movie, not because it's overly childish toddler movie, nor edgy Sonic fan fiction. People like these movies because they're fun. These movies, to me, are what real family movies are supposed to be. It can be fun and have some gross humor here and there, but it also knows when to slow down and flesh out its characters, while also having extremely cool action, might I add. I'm gonna come out and say it, this movie has some of the best action set pieces I've seen in recent movies. Even better than Marvel, especially better than Marvel. No Marvel movie in the 2020s, except for Shang-Chi, has had more well choreographed action than this movie. I know it sounds like I'm glazing this movie, but I mean, look at this.
Coming through!
And it's not just the chase scenes. That Super Sonic and Super Shadow fight scene shows some of the best use of power I've seen in a while. You feel the impact of every punch, you could physically see the damage they cause, and it just shows how powerful these hedgehogs really are. But here's the thing, you could have a movie with cool action, but at the end of the day, story comes first. Because without that, there are no stakes. And I'm happy that Sonic 3 did well on this too. I don't think people give enough credit to how well Sonic is portrayed in these movies. Starting out as a fish out of water character who just wants some friends, has now evolved into a full-fledged leader, guiding his friends into battle. This version just feels more authentic, like a child learning to grow up and make decisions independently. And sure, not all of his lines work, and the movies do have him say some pretty cringe stuff from time to time, and the pop culture references aren't necessarily needed. However, I've gotten to the point where I simply don't care. I don't care because the essence of Sonic's character never left, and his heart is still there, which perfectly contrasts to Eggman. I don't think it's a hot take to say that I love Jim Carrey. Jim has always been the glue holding these movies together for newcomers. Like, the dude definitely has a large range of acting skills, and you can tell he puts his A game in everything he's in. And it's no different here in these first two Sonic movies. Such a fun character who also serves as a legitimate threat. But now we have this third movie where Jim is now playing two Robotniks, and yes, it is very funny to see Jim play off himself.
But the resemblance is uncanny. It's as if we're two characters in a movie being played by the same actor.
However, I'm kind of shocked to report that Eggman is actually given a lot more depth in this movie. Ever wonder this? Why does Eggman want to conquer the world? Your first answer would probably be, oh, because he's the bad guy and bad guys do bad things. And I'm sure it started out that way, but as the years went on, Eggman's character began to feel more like a real person. A person jealous of the world that has treated him so bad while others have it easy.
All your life you've been rejected by this world. You have nothing down there. No one who cares about you. But I have you now. We're family. We have each other. Oh, Ivo. You'll know Maria.
You'd think this is something that they put in the movie, but it's also something that has followed in the games as well.
I never really knew my cousin Maria. Everyone spoke of her like she was very special. All that love for someone who was gone when I was right there!
Eggman is a man who was turned down by this world, so now he must conquer it. Eggman never had a family that Sonic has, and that makes you wonder how he might have turned out if he had, which makes you wonder what Sonic would have turned out if he hadn't found them. Except we've kinda already seen it. Shadow the Hedgehog, the one character that this movie had to get right. If you played Sonic Adventure 2, you know the tone set for Shadow's character is something that the last two movies wouldn't dare to touch. But they made sure not to butcher his character. In fact, they made sure we knew who he was in the first 5 minutes of the movie. We could have started the movie off with Shadow just breaking out of his chamber, kicking the guards' asses, and breaking out of prison looking like a complete badass. But instead, we get a quick glimpse of the tragedy of this character, starting off with a nice memory with his best friend Maria, only to be cut to the day he wished he could change forever. And he replays that memory again and again and again for 50 years. Thinking about all the ways he could have changed that day, how he could have saved her, and now he does the only thing that he thinks will give her life meaning: to destroy the world that took her from him. While we're on the subject of Maria, I just gotta say that this version solos the game version. I like the game version of Maria, but she's out here giving life advice to Shadow with words I'm positive a 12-year-old wouldn't be able to say. She was basically Shadow's Uncle Ben character. But here, we see the innocence of a child who simply shows Shadow the beauty of humanity, just by being a friend. Maria was the only thing Shadow held dear, which is why his descent to revenge was way more understandable. Shadow is simply a reflection of what Sonic would have become if he never met his family. Sonic was able to find friends and never felt that feeling of family being taken away. Shadow only had one person who truly cared about him, and when that person was taken away, he had nothing but pain. When Shadow almost killed Tom, Sonic was experiencing what Shadow was experiencing with Maria. Sonic was experiencing the same thing Shadow did with Maria, which also includes how they react to it. Except Sonic had a family beforehand to tell him what's right or wrong, which makes him snap out of it. All that Shadow has was pain with no guidance.
The last time I sat beneath stars like this, I was with her. I felt this pain for so long. It's all I know.
When I lost Longclaw, I felt the same way.
Did your pain eventually go away?
No. But in time, I learned there's something even more powerful than pain. The love we felt for each other.
Sonic is a character filled with heart because he found a family. Eggman is a man who never had a family, and he uses his emptiness to hurt others. Shadow is a character who had a family but was taken away from him. All three of these characters have experienced loneliness at different times, yet they all have risen above it. Sonic is reminded of what his family taught him, Eggman has risen above his previous beliefs, and Shadow learned that even though Maria's gone, her love will always be with him.
That's what you need to hold on to, Shadow. Maria might be gone, but your love will always remain.
And after all of that, we're talking about the fucking Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Like, you wouldn't expect the video about the fast hedgehog to get this deep. That's what good storytelling does. No matter the IP, if you have engaging characters and a well thought out journey, then you already did your job as a storyteller. But no more of this deep shit. Let's talk about the greatest thing that has ever graced this planet. That is in this movie. Sonic fans, you already know what I'm about to talk about, but to the general viewers out there, let me have you turn your attention to Peak. This is Live and Learn, the main thing of Sonic Adventure 2, which is where this movie takes its story from. I love this song. Not only is it up there for my favorite video game songs of all time, but I think it's just up there for one of my favorite songs, period. What's funny is that I grew up with this song not because of Sonic Adventure 2, but rather Super Smash Bros. Brawl, as it was the song that was used in Sonic's reveal trailer for that game. So I was ready for this song to play in the movie. What I wasn't expecting was it to appear in the first 2 minutes. I don't care if it's an acoustic version, it was in the movie. And at that point, I was satisfied. And so much was happening in the movie that I kind of forgot about it. And then we get to that moon scene that was just the best thing ever. And then this happens.
One more thing I learned is that when you really screw something up, you can't fix it on your own.
Oh my god! Okay, it's happening! Everybody stay calm! What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm!
Gotta go fast.
Don't tell me you've got a catchphrase.
That's right, new Hedgehog. And everyone loves it.
Fuck yeah!
If you beg, if you borrow, you may never find your way. Oh yeah!
I can die happy. Sonic 3 isn't just a win for longtime fans, it's a celebration of everything that makes Sonic special. From great storytelling and deep character arcs, to absolutely jaw-dropping action and iconic music, this movie proves that Sonic can be cool. What was once a struggling franchise has now evolved into a genuinely impactful series that respects its roots while embracing new heights. It's a reminder that even something as simple as a video game mascot can hold real emotional weight when handled with care. But that's just my thoughts. Who knows, maybe I may be thinking way too deep into this stuff, but that's what I got from it. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the movie. I obviously really liked it, but it's okay if you didn't like it, you know, opinions exist. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I really like these videos. I should do this more often.